Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Who review. I am Davros and I'm a Whovian, and today I review Doctor Who, The Legend of Ruby Sunday and Empire of Death. So, this is the two-part Season 1 finale, or Series 14 finale, Season 40. This is the series finale of Ncuti Gatwa's first season as the Doctor. So, the Doctor and Ruby return to Earth and go to U.N.I.T HQ, where they alert them that they've been seeing this woman that has played various parts throughout their adventures, and even been different species, different people. And then U.N.I.T alert the Doctor that she exists in the 21st century as Susan Triad, who is unleashing this technology software to the world. And of course the Doctor tries to work out what's going on, with Mel also undercover trying to work out who Susan Triad is, but she just turns out to be a really nice person. And then of course, the Doctor and Ruby also, managed to use, because there's the big mystery, who is Ruby Sunday? And of course they managed to use a time window and the tape of CCTV footage of the night Ruby was left at that church to work out what's going on in a big holographic memory projection. But they can't quite get anything. But then also the Doctor discovers something's not right with the TARDIS, and it's making that noise again. And then of course, in a big reveal, a Harbinger reads out all the gods and their titles before it's revealed that the big twist. Also, the Doctor believes that Susan Triad could be his granddaughter Susan, as her initial S Triad is an anagram of TARDIS. And of course the Doctor finds out he's reading the wrong anagram the entire time and should have been looking differently, realises that Susan Triad technology is Sutekh, Sutekh, and it is revealed that at the end of the first part it's Sutekh, who has now evolved into this big mean titan, and he then unleashes his gift of death across the universe, turning everyone into dust, well, sand. And the Doctor manages to fabricate a memory TARDIS out of the time window, and the Doctor, Ruby and Mel escape, but Sutekh spreads his gift of death not just through Earth but through all time and space, as it is revealed that since the events of the Pyramids of Mars, Sutekh's essence has latched onto the TARDIS, and all this time he's been biding his time, slowly evolving and spreading his gift of death throughout all of time and space, everywhere the Doctor has been landing, and plans to make the TARDIS his throne. But of course, the Doctor and Ruby, they think things through. They realise that something's off about Mel, and they go all out and find a way to stop Sutekh by luring him into a trap, dragging him through the vortex, bringing death to death, which makes life, and bringing everybody back. And of course, Ruby then finds out who her birth mother is, and she goes to find her. She then reconnects with her. As for the Doctor, he goes off for now on his own, whilst Ruby rekindles her relationship with her birth mother. And then we're left with Mrs. Flood, who it now looks like Romana 1 from her first serial, the Rebos operation, or could she be the White Guardian? Giving a final narration on the story before the credits roll, and then we're, next time we see the Doctor it'll be Christmas time. So what did I like about this two-parter? Well, I like that we got a lot of people back. We got the return of Kate Lethbridge-Stewart, played by Gemma Redgrave. We got the return of Rose Noble, Donna's daughter. And we got a new scientific advisor, Maurice Gibbons, played by Lenny Rush, who, despite his size, has a big brain and is a clever little kid. And also we get the return of Bonnie Langfod as Mel Bush, who plays a bit of a companion role again like she did in the classic times. So yeah, I like that they got a lot of the gang together, and we got some new recruits from Unit 2, And yeah, I also liked, the first part on how it set up the mystery, how we're thinking who is Ruby's mother, what's with her pointing in this projection thing, and we do see the TARDIS. I like that we finally got the return of Sutekh, a classic Who villain. Now, in the weeks building up to this finale, people began to theorise, could Susan Triad be Sutekh, and how correct they were, and how correct I was, assuming that they might be right. So yeah, Sutekh now looks like a big mean dog, because like the Doctor said in a Tales of the TARDIS, he's evolved into this Titan. Also, in the week in the build-up to the finale, so between these two episodes, we did get an episode of Tales of the TARDIS where the Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, and Ruby, Millie Gibson, are in the memory TARDIS, and he tells her about his first encounter. And then they show the whole serial of the Pyramids of Mars with digitally remastered, updated effects before we go back to the Doctor and Ruby. And then, I also like that we finally got to see how the memory TARDIS works, how that comes up. So I'm thinking this probably happened for all the companions and the Doctors that we've seen in the memory TARDIS in Tales of the TARDIS, which makes that kind of canon. And that is canon. So yeah, I like the memory TARDIS, which we've seen throughout Tales from the TARDIS, how it has bits of the old TARDIS, bits of the old Doctors from his past, and that all put together in this small room TARDIS. Yeah, I liked that. I really did. I liked the memory TARDIS. I also thought Ncuti Gatwa was great as well, playing the Doctor, and we finally got closure on the mystery of Susan Triad. Why has Susan Twist appeared in various roles throughout the series? And we finally find out why, because Sutekh has been planting it the entire time, using the knowledge of the TARDIS and the memories of the Doctor to manipulate him to thinking it's Susan, his granddaughter. Because since 1964, when the Doctor left her in the 22nd century, he never really mentioned her much again. Only bits in here and there. But, in this one, Russell T Davies thinks, how come the Doctor's never mentioned Susan till now? I also thought Millie Gibson was great playing Ruby as well, and, her performances and that. I liked Mel in this one. Now, in the classic era when she was with Sylvester McCoy's Doctor, I always found her a bit irritating. I did. I found her very irritating with her screams and that. But I feel in this modern day age, she's kind of matured and works with U.N.I.T, and I like her a lot better in this era than her original run. I also liked the return of Sutekh, how he looked like a big dog, like a mean Egyptian god, because in the previous one the effects weren't so brilliant, but it was 1975. But also the finale. Now, the whole thing that when they lured Sutekh into his trap and they latched the lead on him, I was like, oh, they're taking a nasty dog out for a walk through the time vortex. How that issue is quickly resolved, I find a bit flat. How easily it's resolved after that, when the Doctor just drags Sutekh through the vortex and then restores everyone to life. Also, the whole bit of everyone turning to sand reminded me a lot of Avengers Infinity War, the blip. I was like, this is just like the blip and how they're brought back and stuff. But I'm thinking, did Russell take a note out of Marvel Studios? That was a bit flat. Also, finding out Ruby's parents are just regular people after months of build-up, us thinking, who is her parents? Is she something special? It just turns out she was, Ruby was nothing special, and her birth mother was a teenager that left her at the church and named her Ruby after the road that the church was on, and that her name wasn't just picked because of the name of the church she was at. Kind of anticlimactic there. But I was like, I guess this is Russell saying, nah, she's got no special name or road, because during his run, a lot of the main companions had an essential key part, like Rose was the bad wolf, Martha was the woman who walked the earth. Donna was the most important woman in the universe. And even in Moffat's era, like at first, Clara Amy Pond being the woman who waited, Clara Oswald being the impossible girl, etc. I kind of like that, that Russell wasn't going in that direction again with the companions. But how it was handled, I felt, was a bit flat. But then there's that ending with Mrs. Flood. Now again, she breaks the fourth wall a few times, saying he who waits, waits no more. And then she's all in white fluffy coats, giving us, a closing narration on the episode. Who is she? Will we get back to that? Who knows? I really hope we do, because she's an interesting character, Mrs. Flood. So I wonder if we'll see more of her, and we'll get more answers on her, maybe. But anyway, I thought this was a good finale. It kind of fell apart towards the end and got dropped a bit with the writing and that, but this was Russell's first season back as showrunner, and I'm hoping that he improves the finales again like he did in his first run, makes them better. Anyway, let's get on to my ratings, because I've said enough now. The writing, I'll give that a 7. The performances, I'll give them a 9. The visuals, an 8. And my personal, I'll give it a 7, because for what it's worth, it was watchable. The first part was intriguing. The second part, well, I always say the penultimate episode always is the true finale, and the finale itself kind of sets it up in motion for, like deals with the aftermath of those cliffhangers and stuff, or sort of sets things up for the next series. Anyway, yeah, I've said enough now, so yeah. Have you seen this two-parter? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Davros the Whovian, and this has been a Who review on Doctor Who, The Legend of Ruby Sunday, and Empire of Death. So, until next time, run for your life.